Hello, and welcome to the Art of Scholarship Essay Writing. My name is Diane Fischel-Hall, and I'll be your presenter today. This webinar is sponsored by the Center for Student Empowerment. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I graduated in 1994 with a BA from Indiana University, in graphic design and marketing. I've been operation manager for 2 Fortune 100 international marketing firms. Both of those dealt in sales and market research. And I've also been an instructor at Indiana Business College for sales, marketing, advertising, and communications. Borrowing a little bit from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, I like to try to put first things first. This webinar is not just going to talk about how to write a scholarship essay. Rather, it's going to take you through the whole process from beginning to end. First, we're going to talk about conducting effective, efficient scholarship searches. There are so many scholarships out there, literally billions, and billions of dollars every year go unclaimed through many of those scholarships. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to wade through all of that. We're going to talk about organizing, collecting your information, how to research for the scholarship, how to prepare yourself to write essays for scholarships, the actual writing, and then the follow-up. The first thing we're going to talk about is conducting effective, efficient scholarship searches. I like to try to talk to people about choosing the right search engine. Search engines are a very effective tool. However, some search engines can really lead to very few results, and what's worse, they can add to the mountain of spam that you already receive in your junk mail. So I try to kind of put a few up here that seem to do less of that. The first one that we talk about here is from collegeboard.com, which is also who does ACT and SATs. Go ahead and link to that, see what that looks like. So you can see that this is something that you can sign up for. This also has just a lot of really good information and things that can help you keep on top of your college loans and grants and scholarships, help you find a college or apply or even plan for college. They administer the tests for SAT and ACT. So if you click under here, you can kind of see paying for college. Here's an example of talking about all the types of scholarships and aid that you can receive, and it has its own scholarship search here. So you can go into here and just give it a start. Then what you'll do is start answering information about yourself, where you're from, and also some specific information that has to do with scholarships that are available out there. So the more information that you match with, of course, the more scholarships are going to be available for you. Okay, and then there's Scholarship Monkey. Scholarship Monkey is a .com, so you know it's not nonprofit. So what you'll see there is that the monkey will talk to you, which makes it kind of fun. But it's the same idea. You're going to put in your password information and create your own account. You'll go to My Profile. You'll start talking about things that have to do specifically with you. Again, the more that you could match with, the more scholarships are going to be available to you. You would have to go through this whole process to kind of see how it works. And then it's going to make scholarships that are available to you and help you kind of manage those. Here's another one, a career one stop that is run by the government that also can really talk about a scholarship search there. So these are more these are the ones that I've given you so far, and also the ones that are back here where you are less likely to get all the spam in your mailbox based around it, and also ones that ask enough questions to really effectively hone in on scholarships that might be available to you. Scholarships.com, and I just wanted to give you an example here. As you can see, here are some honors organizations that you might have been part of, whether you were, whether you're a traditional student or non-traditional student. If you scroll down here at scholarships.com, you'll kind of find all types of organizations that you may be affiliated with. And the reason they ask you those questions is not to try to get into your head or get into your space. They're just looking for matches for scholarships for you. Okay, well, here's the thing that happens when you have all of this information being collected for you, and usually it'll come into you through your email. That's just a lot of information to go through. And so that's really why I want to talk to you about, once you have found information that is pertinent to you, how to start collecting information. When you find the scholarships, or when they're being brought to you through your email, I don't want you to necessarily spend any time at all looking through the scholarships. They've already looked through the scholarships for you. Just collect all the ones that they have gone out on that search engine and brought back to you. Collect those. Don't spend any time I'm really looking through them at this point. You can do that then if you're at home from your computer. If your kids are there, there's not really any intense concentration needed at that time. And so that should be something that you go out on a daily basis and just kind of collect all of the scholarships that your search engines say may be pertinent to you. Then I want you to start using Outlook. Whether you use GroupWise or any other email client, Outlook is always available to you on Microsoft. And the reason I say use Outlook is because you can also pull up any emails that you have using Outlook. So they're already being pulled in, or have the capability of being pulled in through your Outlook. And then you can start really building your database, because that's the thing that Outlook can do for you. It can build a database based on the information that you have collected from the email sent to you from your search engines for your scholarships, so that you can really start to organize the process of how you're going to process all of these scholarships that have come in for you. When you open Microsoft Outlook, it'll usually look something like this, where it defaults to your mail or inbox. I want you to go down here to Contacts. Okay? So right now you'll see all of the contacts that I have in my Outlook, and they are, my current view is business card view, which is fine. What I'm going to do is add a new contact. So I click up here and tell it I'm going to add a new contact. Okay. Once I have that on, then I can go back over here to my mail client, and I can pick up, let's say this one, let's say this email had to do with a scholarship that I received from one of my search engines. I will be able to have this in my email and come down here to my contact. Then I would be able to start going back and forth between my email and my actual contact and start filling out the information from the scholarship. You can actually collect all the information about that scholarship that you need. And the reason it's important to do that is because you want to be able to go back to this and not have to go anywhere else. You'll notice that there's an email here, but I also have a website. that I can get more information from. I want as much information in there as possible so that I can be finished with scholarship.com on this one because I already have all the information I need. Okay? There's one more step that I want you to do when you have when you have the first set of contacts completed. I want you to create a new folder. And so when you're up here, you can just go to new, create new folder, and within your contacts you're going to make a new folder called scholarships so that you can make sure that any other contacts you have don't mingle in with these contacts. So we're just keeping them where it says scholarships. Okay? Okay, so let's just back up a minute. So we know how to, once we've gotten all of the information, and they start sending us emails, we can use our Outlook to even open the email from Outlook and start collecting the information, copying it and pasting it in our new contacts. Okay, and then have something like this, save it, close it, make sure they all go in our scholarship folder. And now we've made that first step of really organizing the scholarships that we receive. The second step is researching the scholarship. What you need to know is that scholarships are funded by organizations that have a purpose, that usually have an agenda, that have people in charge of the committee who have things that are important to them. And so you really need, once you hone it down to the scholarships, you need to take it the scholarships that you are eligible for, you need to take it down a couple more steps. One is you need to start organizing your scholarship because now you're going to start researching them, and you have to have them in the order that it makes sense for you to spend your time. And so once you get your scholarships all together and figure out which ones you're going to apply for in that week, you're going to put them by order of the money, how much money you're getting from it, and by order of time. Okay? So the first ones you're going to work on are going to be the ones that take the least time that you're going to get the most money for. And because you can bang those out quickly. All right? And those usually aren't the ones where you're going to need an essay. And that's kind of why I told you that this isn't just about writing scholarship essays. So you're going to put everything in order that you're going to apply for them. Of course, you want to keep their the dates in mind that they have to be finished by. But you always want to have them in order of money and time it takes to complete them. So as you go down the list, then eventually you'll find out that you're going to come to an area where you need to write, they're asking for an essay. And that's really where researching the scholarships is going to help you. You need to research that scholarship. What is it, even if you don't have to write an essay, often you're asked to write a few words, or at least you can come from their same point of view. You're looking through their window. The more you know about the organization that's giving the scholarship, the more you can write your application, you can write any essays that you have to do, any interaction you have with them can really be geared toward what they think is important. Even if they're asking you what you think is important, you always want to keep in the back of your mind what they think is important, because the closer that you can come to overlapping those two, the better your chances for actually receiving the scholarship or being the winner of the scholarship. So what do you want to research? You want to know, who are they? Okay? Who are they? Because you really want to look into each scholarship that you get, because on the surface, sometimes it doesn't tell you really who's sponsoring the scholarship. So you need to know, who are they? What is important to them? And you can find those importances on their websites. You can look at their mission statements. There are several places that you can find that sort of information. And what are recurring themes in previous essays? If you are lucky enough to be able to find someplace that has a previous essay online, oh, this one must be broken now. Then you might have the ability, let me see if we can pull this one up. This is Anne Rand, first place winner, and it kind of showed you the 2008 Atlas Shrugged Essay Contest. You can look through here and you can look through previous winners to just kind of give you an idea of what won it. for this person? What was it? And if you can find similar themes in previous essays, then you can kind of get a feeling what they're looking for in their essays. That doesn't happen very often, but it's worth a try of actually researching to find out. Okay, so all of that you need to do, you need to first organize your search. Okay, don't spend a lot of time online reading through of different scholarships. You let your search engines work for you, you let them send it to you, and then you take time later to figure out which ones you're going to apply for. Once you do that, you want to spend a fair amount of time organizing all that information into Outlook and then actually researching the information. So, as you can see, there's a considerable amount of information. There's a considerable amount of work that needs to be done before you're actually ready to write an essay.